What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video. Today we are going to be talking about some content that is expected to be rolling in this week. Of course, we have another brand new Sony partner reward, and that is going to be Healy, of course. He did just hit recently 40,000 subscribers, so congratulations to him. I will leave the link down below to his YouTube channel in the description. It also should be a card in the top right hand corner, but he is going to be making a video on it on August 21st, which I believe is going to be a Wednesday, and that's going to be at 3 p.m. Pacific time, so make sure to check that out at that time. Healy, of course, great guy in the MLB community, and that is when he's going to be revealing his Sony partner reward moment card. But today we are going to be looking at what we can really expect out of it. Now, we've done this for all of them so far. I would say I've done a decent job at kind of predicting who they're going to be, as long as they're actually a member of the, of course, the Sony partner, their favorite team, of course. There only has been two outliers, that being Fuzzy and Paul Sporer, when, his favorite team, the Tigers, we got Nick Senzel, and then Fuzzy, we got Bryce Harper, but that makes sense because he is from Nevada, Las Vegas. So we just have two left. I believe we have Healy and Quash Tag, but Healy, of course, is Chicago Cubs fan. I am pretty confident that we are probably going to see a Cubs card, and they did even hint a little bit in the stream that it should be a really good card, which, might be subjective, but hopefully that is the case, and we're going to see another worthwhile card. Some people have mixed feelings on the Bartolo Colon. I thought it was fine. It is a fun card to have, especially considering, we might not see Bartolo Colon ever again in MLB The Show, because I don't know if he's going to have a job next year or be in MLB The Show. So that being said, we are going to be looking at a Cubs card for Healy. If you guys could leave a like down below on this video quickly, it really does help me out. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, really growing really fast. A lot of great videos coming out recently, and you guys have definitely showed support, so I cannot thank you guys enough for that. But let's get right into it. The first couple guys I want to talk about is probably popular ones that I just don't see happening for various reasons. The first one being Aroldis Chapman. A lot of people might be, he really helped them in the World Series if they didn't have Chapman, and I know he wasn't the most clutch in that World Series against the Indians for sure, but without him, I don't think the Cubs win the World Series back in 2016. But being that we already got a 95 overall All-Star Aroldis Chapman, I don't think we're even going to see a signature one. Maybe we do, but if we do see a signature Aroldis Chapman, it's probably going to be on the Cincinnati Reds. It's kind of hard to really say, because if you look at this card right here, 118 hit 9, 125 K9, like, what the hell can they even boost that much? It's gonna be tough, but I don't really see Aroldis Chapman getting a signature with the Cubs for that reason. And then a couple guys on the Cubs that I also just don't see for pretty obvious reasons. Ernie Banks right here, he has a 93 overall card. His signature is probably gonna be around like the 97, 98 range, I would imagine, and I don't see us getting that high of a card for Sony partner moments, unless they really make them a lot more difficult, because it is an easy grind, which is nice, but I don't see us getting a 97, 98 overall card for doing so. Jake Arrieta is another one. Being that he has a 93, I don't know if he's gonna get a signature, because he was really only dominant for about 3-4 years on the Cubs, and now he's kind of, faded away with the Phillies the last couple years. So I don't know if we're going to get a better card than the 93 overall Jake Arrieta. It's possible, but I don't think it would be in this situation right here. And then also Andre Dawson is the last one I want to talk about. He has a 92. He should be getting a signature for sure, but his best years really were with the Nationals, in my opinion. So I think that's probably where we are going to be seeing, or the Expos rather, you guys get the point. But I think that's probably where we are going to be seeing Andre Dawson's card be, not with the Chicago Cubs. So now let's get into some guys that I am really heavily favoriting on who I think is going to get this one. The first guy I want to talk about is Kris Bryant. Now, of course, 2016 MVP. I know Healy would probably be a fan of this card. I think it could be cool. Of course, we have seen, I think just Nick Senzel is the only third baseman that we have seen out of here, so that'd be a good position to have. Third base is not the most stacked position. I'm just, hopefully it's not like a first baseman. We have a lot of guys over there, but Kris Bryant, I don't think it would be a signature series card, because he debuted back in 2015, and we have no signature cards for guys that have came into the league that early. Paul Goldschmidt just got his signature. He started in 2011, I believe. Otherwise, everybody who has a signature card has been in the league for a decent amount of time. I don't think he would quite get a signature yet, but I think it would be more so like Bryce Harper's 95 overall flashback. So from his MVP year in 2016, a hardware card, that's what I'm expecting if it's Kris Bryant. Another guy is Kerry Wood. I think this could be a very cool card because there's two different things that they can really do with it. The Kerry Wood that we have in the game right now, his walks per 9 is pretty bad. I haven't used him. I have not used him all year. Let me know if you guys have had success with him. But with this Kerry Wood, they could either make him a starter or a closer. I would kind of like to have a Kerry Wood closer. That was I think that was in like 2008 where he was closing with the Cubs just for a couple years. But he was pretty good. 34 saves, 3.26 ERA, 219 opponent batting average, 1.09 whip, 84 strikeouts, and only 18 walks in about 66 innings pitched. So this wasn't his prime strikeout years, but this was where he kind of limited walks a little bit more. So that would be a little bit favorable for guys like me that, sometimes struggle to throw strikes with guys like Nolan Ryan and guys that just have really hard release points because they have low walks per 9. But of course, when he's a starter, ironically enough, 1998 was his best year, and that's where he only has an 88 overall card. This was his rookie year, I do believe. He had 233 strikeouts and 166 innings pitched, which was about a 12.5 K9. Really, really good. That would be probably in the 120s plus for a signature series card. And then he also only had a 196 opponent batting average. So I think a signature Kerry Wood could be really nice to see, whether it is a starter or a closer. As for starters, we did just get Bartolo, so I don't know if they would go back to back on us like that. But otherwise, I think it's just been Adam Wainwright and Cliff Lee as the other starters. But I would be fine with either of those. I think a Kerry Wood card could be cool. And, they could probably make a signature Kerry Wood with about 55 walks per 9, which it'll be a lot more workable than the 88 overall flashback legend that we have right now. Another guy that I want to mention is Billy Williams. Of course, he had a career arc card last year. I want to say it was a 93, 94. It wasn't all that high, but he definitely is going to get a signature card this year. Through 1970 and 1972, he hit 97 home runs at an OPS on average of about 960 and a 1005 OPS in the year 1972. Billy Williams, I think this could be a nice card. I think his signature card will probably end up around a 96 overall. Maybe that's a little bit too high for a Sony Partner Moment reward card, for what you have to do, but I think it could be really cool. I remember enjoying this card, using him last year. Obviously, these stats don't really mean much because this is just a gold card of him right here, but I remember his card last year. It was pretty damn good, and I was a fan of it, so I would like to see that come back. I don't think he had great defense, which, isn't something that, really pops out at me. I wish he did have a little bit more defense, but for a good lefty hitting card, Billy Williams will definitely hit the bill. So I think that could be a nice option right there. And then my final option that I'm pretty confident about would be in the mix is Anthony Rizzo. I was not expecting to talk about him until I looked at his stats a little bit more. Through 2014 and 2016, he was an all-star all those 3 years, had an OPS of 900 or above. 1 year he had 899. You round up around these streets. And he had 30 home runs in each of those 3 years. This would be on the lower end of the spectrum. He has been in the league since 2011. I think 2012 was technically his rookie year, but he played with the Padres, of course. For his first year, it didn't do too well, and then they, moved into the Cubs, and he won a World Series with them. So I think that could be a cool card. I think it would probably be like a 92, 93. I wouldn't think it's going to be insane or anything like that. And it would be a first baseman, which, like I said, first base is definitely a spot where there's a lot of guys right now. But I think Chris Davis is the only first baseman out of the Sony Partner Moments that we've had so far. Yes, Chris Davis is the only one. So that's a possibility. Any of those options I would really be up for, either Kris Bryant, Kerry Wood, Billy Williams, or Anthony Rizzo. So those are all my favorited options. If I had to pick a favorite in particular, it would probably be either Kerry Wood or Chris Bryant, in my opinion, if it is a Cub. A couple other names that, you know, we don't know for sure if there's any more hidden, you know, new legends within here. Aramis Ramirez would be very cool. You know, all three of these guys, Aramis Ramirez, Alfonso Soriano, which his signature card probably wouldn't be with the Cubs even if he was in the game. And then Derek Lee, and Carlos Zambrano, Ryan Dempster, and Kusuke Fukudome. All of those guys are around those, you know, like mid-2000s time. Those guys were all, you know, within the Cubs organization, you know, the early 2010s as well. Like, as I was growing up and watching baseball, that's the Cubs teams I remember. Not necessarily winning World Series, but they had a lot of good players around that time. Kerry Wood in that same range. So I would love to see any of those brand new legends come into the game if we have any more, which I kind of doubt at this point. I feel like maybe we've seen all the new legends that we're going to see. Honus Wagner is probably the last one, but who knows? Maybe they're going to throw out a surprise at us. And that's just my thoughts and opinions. If you guys have any other thoughts on who the Healy Sony partner moment reward card could be, let me know down below in the comment section. Who would you really want to see? You know, just go to left field, even if you have to pick out of whoever you want. You know, just pick whoever you think would be the best guy to have in Healy's Cubs Sony partner moment reward card. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys are great today. There goes Zodi.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.